Welcome back to my channels. So I'll be discussing briefly on the topic, how do I negotiate my wage rate? So what would you like to take for this position, or how much will your time cost while you work with us, depending on how the question is being framed. Now, depending on the position which you applied for, secondly, and depending on your level in the industry. That's another factor. We are just coming up with listing of factors now. The position, the applicant, your level in the industry. Are you a first-time job seeker? Are you an immigrant trying to get into an organization as your first employer? There are so many factors that determines how you are able to bargain for prices or for the wage. So on general term, general, I would consider, let's just discuss on general term. Then maybe in the part 2 of this video, let me just note it down. We'll be talking about on global term. So generally, what you should think of before you bargain for a wage rate regarding a position is, one, you need to benchmark the industrial standard. If you are a professional, you need to understand how much an average company pay for that very position. Why I said average? Because sometimes company A might pay 1 million in terms of naira now, company B might pay 2 million or 1.5, but nevertheless, what is the average, the minimum? And how much were you earning in your previous position if you are still employed? So these factors determines how you are able to bargain for price. But should the case that you are looking for a job desperately and you don't have any job, if you agree with me, you will not be able to consider these factors. Because from the human perspective, now not just giving you the human resource jargons, but the human perspective, you don't have a job. But then ask for the budget for that role so that you're not subcharged. How much is the budget for this role? So you are able to check the budget, you are able to check if it will cover the cost of your transportation, the cost of your stress, and so many other things before you pick up that job. I think that we settled for both skilled and unskilled. But if you are a skilled person and you have a job, then you should be able to check the industrial standard, double check the advert once again. If they did not put the money in it, the compensation, because most times the hiring manager or the recruiter is there to cut costs for the organization. So you don't want to be surcharged, and because when you resume and you find out that the person who was doing this very job before was anyway higher than you, then you are not happy. And this also applies to recruiters and hiring manager. You know, in as much as one of metrics to calculate your performance as a recruiter is cost of hiring, time to hire, time to fill, and all of those things. Do not subcharge a potential employee, because if you do, by the time the employee resumed, it will not take too long for that employee to unfold and discover that their predecessor were earning way higher than them, unless the job has been redefined and modified and it's not going to be the same job, because it is possible for a job to be redefined. Let me use myself as an illustration. I work in a company, and The position that I was given was a group head, human resource, but the person that took over the position from me is just an HR manager. So therefore, the person do not even have information regarding me because I believe everything was wiped off before she resumed. And that being said, the person might not be able to understand how much I was paid. So if the person is occupying just the HR manager, the person is not the group head, therefore the person's job description is going to be different from what I was doing. So it will be a subbed out of the job description. So if the person is paid a particular amount differently, probably lower, because I believe the company decided to save more after I left the position and reduce the workload. So therefore, it will be a fair practice for the person to take that wage rate. But if the person is going to be sitting on that seat and doing the same job and, you know, taking lesser money, then if the person find out, the person will not be happy. And this makes you, as an hiring manager, to continue to go back to recruit again. So there's no retention. There is no job satisfaction. The employee is not happy. So what you should do as an hiring manager, rather than being a cheat, be transparent. Very, very transparent is very, very important as a human resource professional, whether you are an hiring manager, talent manager, whatever position they place you or you are called. Be transparent with benefit. Some benefits in some organization is not even realistic because though it's stated, but how many people have enjoyed this benefit while working in this company? Probably 5 to less than 0% must have enjoyed or benefit from this benefit. So the employee salary or the wage rate of the employee is the most important thing for the employee because I call it a sure go, sure, because you are certain that this one is mine. Because when it comes to 401k, it comes to pension, then different company policies start playing in. You have to spend 2 years, you have to spend 3 years, but the payment the employee is going to get, that is a sure go. So that one is certain that this is my own payment. So hiring manager should be transparent enough to explain this part of the contract and to ensure that the employee understood that this is the amount. And another thing to the employee now, back to the employee or the potential employee, you should also understand from beginning, does this company promote? And does their promotion comes with increase in payment or increase in benefit package? Because you could work for some organizations for 20 years and you still be earning the same income. So most times, if not for desperation, I believe every one of us want to work in a company that has this good benefit package. Consider employee work-life balance, organization that the attrition rate is so low that you will know the employee, when the employee is just looking for basic survivor needs, as in maybe we have different class of need at that point in time of that employee life, is just they need food, basic amenities of life, they need to survive. Then the employee might just become irrational. No, they're not rational, they're still rational anyway, and just pick up that job because they just need that thing, that money to sustain their living. But as you begin to mature into your own career and you begin to own your own career, you begin to have those potentials and values, you should be able to negotiate a wage rate that will suit your position, a wage rate that's able to compensate for the value that you're adding to the organization. So let me see in this comment section What are the benefits that you expect from an organization as an employee? And another thing, what are the legal benefits in United States and globally? Let's see. Because I would love to treat a topic that has to do with benefit when it comes to United States, globally, and likely. So what benefit do we really have? And these benefits, have they contributed to retentionship in terms of organizations? So remember, as a new hire, check the market rate before you say yes. And apart from checking the market rate, also ask for the budget for the role so that you don't subcharge yourself. And as a recruiter or hiring manager, be transparent, be fair to the potential hires. Thank you. Watch my videos, share, and like, and more content will be coming.